If you have a child who struggles with transitions, change, and even bedtime, this video is for you. We're going to explore 3 ways that you can support your child in understanding their anxiety and their feelings around this so that you can support them through their own growth and handling change on their own. Welcome to Glow Within. My name is Katie Connolly. I'm a somatic neuroaffirming clinical counselor, craniosacral and somatic therapist, among a few other things, and of course, a mom. So I get this from many perspectives. And I do understand the transition and bedtime anxiety quite intimately. These are 3 tips that I have for you and things that we also practice at home. So see what resonates, and you're welcome to implement them and let me know, of course, how it goes for you. So first of all, when your child is saying things like, I don't want to go to school, I don't want to go to bed, etc., don't dismiss it. I appreciate how easy it can be to be like, I have a meeting, I need you to go to school, or I need my own time, especially at bedtime. I need my time, I need you to go to bed. I get it, I get the temptation, but if we dismiss these little things, little to us, why would they come to us with bigger things later? Right? And so for me, having that trust and relationship is paramount. It supersedes everything. So if you're like me, you don't want to dismiss it. What I recommend is opening up with some open-ended questions. Number 2, ask why. Sometimes there might be some kind of beating around the bush type reasons. Dig in, ask more open-ended questions rather than yes/no questions. So help them to actually understand. They might not know, and for many neurodivergent children, it can be a struggle to put into words why they're feeling a certain way, because they first have to think about it, kind of feel it, put a word to it, right? It's a lot of processes that need to happen, and especially if you have a child who is, first of all, already in an anxious state or struggles with some sensory processing, there's those added layers. So if they're already in an activated state, we're working with our reptilian brain. So I'm going to show you the triune approach. So this is not how our actual brain works, but it's a lovely kind of framework to use. So the thumb is the reptilian part of the brain. And what do reptiles care about? Survival. That's it. So when we're in our reptilian brain, we're in our activated or sympathetic nervous system, fight, flight. Then we have our mammalian brain. Our mammalian brain, like a mammal, has empathy, right? We care for one another. We're here when we're in our parasympathetic, that rest, digest, connect state. And then we have the neocortex, that fully visionary, connected state. So we can be critical thinkers, we can be creative, etc. So if your child is here in the reptilian brain, they're not going to be able to articulate. They can't use their full brain, really, to explain what's going on for them. So if they're struggling with responding to your questions, try an activity the 2 of you can do, like breath or connecting your feet to the earth. I explain lots of somatic practices that you can use in other videos. So using a practice that works for you. So again, maybe it's connecting into the earth, noticing your feet on the earth. Maybe it's bilateral tapping. This helps to calm the nervous system. Maybe it's a squeeze. And often we end up doing breath that aligns with it, right? And so when we are doing the breath that aligns with it, that's actually a sign that we're in a parasympathetic rest, digest, connect state. And then, of course, there's just breath. So how good does it feel to let out a deep sigh, exhale? That's a sign that we're in a space that we feel safe. So yeah, inviting that deep exhale. Maybe it's growling like an animal, another animal noise, to invite that sound. Very, very healing for the nervous system. So all very powerful ways to help nourish the nervous system. And then you can ask, what was your day like, right? Or why do you not want to go into school? What are you concerned about? What do you think will happen, right? And so helping them to walk through it and being able to hold that space for them really helps, especially with children who struggle with transition, like going into school. A quick drop off is not going to work for them. We often spend, particularly with one of my girls, we spend a lot of time hanging out outside the classroom before school. And that's okay. We have a little chit chat, there's time, there's no rush, and then she can go in when she's ready. And thankfully, our teachers in the school are incredible and they get this. So that can be really helpful. I do appreciate at bedtime. It's often at the end of the day, and we want our time too. But taking this time again really does go a long way. The third suggestion I have is to remind them of a time when they did succeed in something similar, right? So asking them, when did you feel scared or worried or afraid and you did this thing, and how did you feel after? So reminding them of a time of success. Yes, they felt anxious and worried, but guess what? They did it and they felt great after. So letting them know it's normal to feel worried. Even as adults, we get worried doing new and different things, or maybe things that we're not ready to do, right? I personally take a long time doing these YouTubes because it's a whole process to set everything up. And I make sure I leave myself the time before and after. I really love sharing with everybody and sharing some tools that might make your life easier. But I understand my limitations too, right? So all of us have these experiences and they're not alone. And I think letting them know that they're not alone and that you're there to support them goes a really, really long way. So those are my 3 tips. Let me know how it goes for you, and I look forward to connecting with you soon.